So today I'm going to be reviewing the Tascam DR-10L wireless lavalier microphone. Now first off, as always, is build quality. Now the Tascam DR-10L is built in an all plastic body, though it doesn't feel cheap. It does feel nice and premium plastic. It does feel like high quality. It doesn't feel like you can easily break this or like crush it in your hand. So that's good. It is really lightweight. Like if you had this on someone, they would not know it's on them after a while. They could completely forget that they're wearing one of these. Now there is a very slim LCD screen on the front of the recorder. Of course, this screen is not going to give you a ton of information. It's very small. It can't really fit that much on it, but it does let you monitor your audio levels. It does let you know if you're recording or not. And you can also check your settings through this little tiny screen as well. It actually is a decently bright screen. So if you're in a dimly lit situation or in the blaring sun, it lets you still monitor your audio levels. Now, as far as buttons go on the front of the device, you do have your menu button, as well as your track skipping buttons and your play pause button. And these also function as up or down keys and enter keys to navigate through the menu. And on the right side of the device, you do have your volume up and volume down keys. So these are only for adjusting the gain on your headphones. This does not mess with your audio levels. If you want to adjust your audio levels, you do have to dive into your menus, which we'll go through a little bit later. You also have your power on / power off and recording slider. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of this. I would prefer just a traditional switch or just actual physical buttons to do these actions. I understand why they did this. This was kind of their way around having to worry about you accidentally turning off your recorder or stopping your recording in the middle of the process, so you don't have to worry about losing your audio. I get it, but honestly, there's kind of like a little ridge over that slider too to kind of prevent that happening as well, and that just makes it a little bit more difficult for you to slide it up or slide it down to turn on your device or start recording. It's not a huge problem, it's not a big deal, it's not a deal breaker for anyone at all. It's just a little bit more annoying. So the good thing is it only takes about a second for it to turn on the device or start recording, so you don't have to hold it down for long. Now on the left side of the device, you do have your micro USB import jack, which you can actually use to transfer files from the recorder onto your computer, and you can also charge the device through that port. So that's good if you have a portable battery pack on you and you have rechargeable batteries inside the recorder. You can just charge it on the go. You don't have to worry about finding an outlet. And then you have your headphone jack. Again, any 3.5mm headphones will work in this unless you have Bluetooth headphones, and you're screwed because the iPhone made you get Bluetooth headphones, but now nothing really uses Bluetooth headphones yet. Anyway, that's gonna be a problem for you. And then you also have your micro SD slot. I believe the Tascam DR-10L supports up to 32 gigabytes on a micro SD, or maybe 64, I'm not sure. Honestly, if you're gonna get a 32 gigabyte card for an audio recorder, that's probably gonna last you a very long time anyway. So you probably don't need any more than 32, or maybe even 16 is probably like if you're gonna get it, 16 is a good limit to stop at. Now going around to the back of the recorder, you do have an optional waist clip. It's not nice metal, very strong. If you clip this onto somebody's waist, it's not gonna come off. You don't have to worry about that. It is optional, like I said, so you can take it off if you don't want it. If you just want them to throw it into their pocket or whatever, you can take it off. It's really super thin, doesn't add a lot of bulk to the device anyway, so I don't know why you would take it off, just leave it on there. And then of course you have your battery compartment. This takes AAA batteries, only one AAA battery, though I found that it actually lasts a really long time on just one AAA battery. I've had it working for like 3-4 hours now and have not had to charge my battery at all. It does take rechargeable batteries, so that's good. This is a recorder, it's not a transmitter. It's not going to be sending back the audio signal to your camera. It's just going to be recording directly into itself. So if you're using something like the Zoom H1 and then you plug in a lavalier microphone to it to record your audio separate, it's essentially the exact same concept, except really a much nicer, neater package. Now, as far as the microphone goes, this looks basically like every other lavalier microphone out there. It has a very tiny little mic on a very thin wire. Though the good thing about this one is it does have a threaded jack, so when you plug it into the recorder, you don't have to worry about it being pulled out or anything like that. It's gonna stay in there, so you can tug on it and it won't just automatically pull out and lose all your audio. You'll be fine. I've actually tugged on it a few times and I haven't broke the wire or anything, hasn't seen any damage on it. The microphone also comes with a nice little clip, it's very sturdy and strong. And then you also get this nice little like muff for the top of the microphone if you want to use it. Again, these are optional accessories, you don't have to use them. You can also just tape it onto your subject if you want to hide the microphone. Now, diving into the menu real quickly, unlike a lot of other recorders, you're not going to be able to fine tune your options or your settings like you would on like a Zoom H4n or something. So you're going to be kind of stuck with whatever they give you. It's either, most of the settings are either on or off. You do get to choose your levels, but in a high, medium, or low setting, you don't really get to fine tune it to an exact number. Though I did find that a medium worked pretty well for basically all my settings. I leave it on medium all the time. I don't really worry about it. And if it's too low, I just kind of bump it up a little bit in post. But I found the medium is absolutely the best. You don't have to worry about people accidentally like randomly yelling in your thing and then clipping. The medium works fine. And you can also get this option to put a limiter, so if it reaches a certain point, it just cuts it off and won't go higher than that. You can also do dual track recording, so you can get the same track recorded twice at different audio levels, just in case for whatever reason they somehow managed to peak on one of the tracks. The other track is gonna be perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about that one. It's gonna be able to get the same exact audio at a lower volume. There actually is an auto leveling option if you want to use that instead and just have your audio perfectly leveled all the time, not to worry about fixing it in post. You can do that. I've used it a few times. It worked perfectly fine. I have no issue with it. I just prefer to set it and just know for a fact that no matter what's going to happen, it's going to be perfect. I can mess with it however I want to instead of having the device decide for me. I just have trust issues, I guess. You only have $200 to spend. This is absolutely the one you should get. I don't think you should invest in getting a Zoom H1 and then buying a lavalier mic separately and just using that setup. It's a bit more clunky. The Zoom H1 is really tall too, and it has those built-in microphones. I guess if you have a need for those other built-in microphones, it'd be better for you. I don't really need a separate microphone on top of a recorder. I don't have any use for that. If you do, maybe go with that option instead. But if you don't, this is absolutely the system you should be investing in. I think it's fantastic. The audio coming out of this thing is amazing. You're actually listening to it right now. I've been using it this entire video. If you didn't notice this microphone, I used it for the past 4 videos as well. So all my audio has been transferred over to this little thing. It's amazing. I love it so much. If you're a YouTuber or, you know, a freelance videographer just starting up, this is absolutely a great option for you, and I think you should highly invest in this system. Anyway, guys, if you're interested in picking up or checking out the Tascam DR-10L, I will leave a link in the description to the Amazon page. You can go check it out yourself. It will be an affiliate link, so if you decide to buy it, I'd get a kickback, and it would help me out a lot because I'm poor, and that's sad. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on the Tascam DR-10L in the comments down below. If you think it's a good recorder, if you find another option that's way, way better that I should check out, let me know that in the comments down below. But as always, my name is Joshua Joe Munoz. Stay sexy, and I'll see you sometime.